Okay, we're recording now.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. So welcome everyone to the 7th meeting of the ISOC Foundation Board. Time flies, it's already 7 meetings. Very happy about that. So we have all the trustees here. We didn't receive apologies from anyone. So we have the 11 voting trustees. Any conflict of interest anyone would like to declare, given the current agenda? Okay, I see none. So probably we can move to point number 2 on the agenda, which is to document the resolutions we have approved by e-vote. And again, as we always say, this is to document the resolutions we already passed. So this is not to approve the resolution. So John, do you want to introduce that?
Yeah, we approved 2 resolutions, a routine one for the minutes and an important one to approve funding for the COVID-19 pandemic, which I believe, which we've all heard about. They've actually got a bunch of great proposals, which I presume Hans-Peter will tell us about in his next section.
Excellent. Thank you, John. Yeah, we were very excited. We allocated $1.5 million and we are funding for projects currently out of that pool of money, and it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing the results, absolutely. Thank you, John. With that, let's move to the Strategic Advisory Committee report, which has been chaired by Hans-Peter this year. So Hans-Peter, the floor is yours.
So yes, thanks. And the report is in your meeting book, so I don't want to read it from start. Just a short report on what the committee has been doing. It was the first year of this committee, though it was a little bit more active than other committees, just by trying to help Sarah to start the whole foundation programs and the whole foundation process. So we met nearly monthly and had a lot of discussions about technical details and details of the programs, and had a wonderful progress report every month, and we're really happy to see such an immense and fast progress we never have hoped for. So we are now in a state where the foundation is really up and going, and as John already has mentioned, even with a new program which was just invented or created out of nowhere, there were a whole row of good submissions, and I believe the selections are really fine. And I'm sure Sarah will present us at AGM a more detailed progress report about the content of these projects, which are beyond my possibility in this short report. So the committee went on fine. I believe it might be necessary for the next committee next year to adjust a little bit the way of working, because the foundation is now in a proper set way and might need lesser direct interaction with the committee. But I leave this to the new committee and Sarah to decide after AGM. So that's more or less the report.
Yeah, thank you, Hans-Peter.
Maybe sorry.
Oh yeah, to approve. Yeah, thank you, Hans-Peter. No, I was just thinking that it's important to stress every time we talk about this committee to avoid any misunderstandings. And as you said, we rename the committee because of that, so that this is not the committee assigning or granting grants. You know, this is the committee advising on strategy, because some people were confused. So we may sound like broken records, but I think it's better to stress that. So yes. Thanks a lot, Hans-Peter.
Thanks, Gonzalo, for advising this. But I believe people more or less understood now. And I, at least in my person, I didn't receive any calls for money or so. So people really know where to go when they are asking for money, and not to the committee. Okay.
Exactly. That's really great. Thank you, Hans-Peter.
Yeah. So I just want to thank Hans-Peter for, frankly, as you know, the leadership as we're setting all this up and working with Sarah. It's been awesome. You know, it's the group has come together. We all are aligned. And Hans-Peter, you know, the report's terrific, and I really, really, really appreciate that. And everything that Sarah's done has been terrific. And as Hans-Peter said, I can't believe we've moved as fast and as far as we have, as quickly as we have. It's been great. So I just want to thank everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I want to second that because, as I said, this is the 7th meeting of the board, of the foundation board. And if you think, I mean, not many months ago, we were just kicking this off. We were hiring Sarah, and now, I mean, look where we are actually. So no, absolutely. I mean, it's really a clear success.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also like to note that I'm really impressed that the processes that Sarah have put together are working beautifully. I mean, we opened up the bids. We got great bids. We have an outside panel to evaluate them. They did it. They came up with reasonable selections. And as Hans-Peter noted, I mean, I haven't gotten any calls from people asking me for money either. So clearly, the applicants are quite clear. Like, here's who you ask, and here's who's going to evaluate it, and it's not us.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, not to mention the whole tools. I mean, the tool, the tool chain that we have now. I mean, that was also built from scratch. So. Okay, any other comments? Okay, excellent. So Hans-Peter had moved. Anyone seconds? Okay, I see Olga seconding. So again, it will be yes votes. Please raise your hand. No votes. Abstentions. Okay, and I assume Sean was voting yes. He can clarify that in the chat. So the resolution passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the formal agenda we had put together, and this is any other business. So anyone has any, okay, yeah, so Sean was clarifying his vote on the chat, to be clear. So any other business from anyone? Okay, good. So with that, I move to adjourn. The meeting is closed.